Do not waste your money on the lottery. Instead, save that money and do something else, is a common theme in investment books. However, there is a fascinating story of a man who defied the odds and won the lottery jackpot a total of 14 times in his lifetime. This man is Stefan Mandl, originally from Romania. In the late 1950s, while working for a mining company in Romania, Stefan Mandl aspired to leave the country with his young wife and children to escape poverty. However, his monthly salary was a mere 360 leu, equivalent to about $90 today, making it impossible for him to afford such a move. Determined to find a way out, he turned to the lottery. The most certain method to win the jackpot is to purchase all possible number combinations. Lacking the capital to buy every combination, Mandl, through extensive research at the library, devised his own sets of numbers that he believed would significantly increase his chances of winning. However, even buying all the combinations associated with his chosen numbers proved financially unfeasible. Undeterred, Mandl teamed up with 3 friends, and together, they pooled their resources to purchase combinations that guaranteed at least a second-place win. Surprisingly, with just one attempt, they hit the jackpot and won the first prize. The total winnings, 72,783 leu, equated to an extraordinary sum, equivalent to 17 years' worth of his monthly salary. With his newfound wealth, Mandl promptly left Romania and settled in Australia. Having immigrated to Australia, Stefan Mandl continued his pursuit of winning the lottery. However, this time, he adopted a different strategy. Instead of relying on luck, he patiently waited for the jackpot to grow substantially before purchasing all possible combinations of numbers. To accomplish this, he gathered investors and developed a computer program that allowed him to print the numbers for all combinations onto OMR cards. According to interviews, Mandl analyzed actual OMR cards used in lotteries to ensure that the paper he used had no issues. He even went as far as replicating the chemical composition and ink to closely match those used in the real lottery cards. During that time, all these actions were legal, enabling Mandl to utilize such methods. In the end, Mandl won the lottery jackpot in Australia a total of 12 times. By this point, it would be more accurate to say he bought the first prize rather than won it. At some point, the Australian government caught on to Mandl's tactics and continued to amend laws to prevent him. Initially, they changed the law to prevent a single person from buying all number combinations. In response, Mandl circumvented the regulations by having 50 people collectively purchase the combinations. However, continuous legal amendments eventually made it impossible for anyone in Australia to use the method of buying all number combinations to secure a first-place win. Due to legislative changes in Australia, Stefan Mandl shifted his focus to lotteries conducted state by state in the United States. Among them, he honed in on the lottery in the state of Virginia. At that time, Virginia's lottery required selecting 6 numbers out of 44, making the possible combinations fewer than in other states. Moreover, using OMR cards printed with a computer program was not illegal, and there were no restrictions on the number of lotteries one could purchase from a single location. With 6 numbers chosen from 44, there were approximately 7.1 million combinations, and acquiring all these numbers would cost only $7.1 million. Taking into account additional expenses and considering the potential for multiple winners, Mandl decided to initiate the operation when the total prize exceeded $25 million. During this period, he, now operating as the International Lotto Fund Syndicate, stayed in Australia and printed OMR cards for all number combinations. This process reportedly took only 3 months. February 1992. With the accumulated jackpot rolling over, the lottery prize finally reached $27 million. Mandl embarked on the full-scale operation. Investing $60,000, he sent OMR cards to the United States. After negotiations with a supermarket chain, he agreed to purchase 7.1 million lottery tickets. Given the significant amount of money required to purchase the lottery tickets, Mandel paid via bank transfer rather than cash. This may seem common today, but at the time, it sparked controversy as to whether it was legal. Mandel claimed that he knew in advance he would win 1 first-place prize, 6 second-place prizes, and 132 third-place prizes through this approach. However, an unforeseen problem arose at the last minute. Virginia's lottery had bi-weekly draws, requiring the purchase of all combinations within 3 days. Due to time constraints, Mandel could only acquire about 6 million number combinations. Whether the winning numbers were among these 6 million combinations or not ultimately depended entirely on luck. In the end, a first-place win emerged from the combinations he had purchased, and there were no other winners. He ultimately received a total of approximately $27.5 million, combining the first-place prize with winnings from other prize tiers. Considering the money needed for repayments to investors, the $6 million for purchasing lottery tickets, and other associated costs, Mandel's final earnings may seem insufficient compared to the $27.5 million lottery jackpot. However, it appears evident that he made millions throughout the process of creating 14 lottery first-place wins. Yet, this method became obsolete as well. Following this incident, Virginia amended its laws to prohibit bulk lottery purchases from a single location. Furthermore, as time passed, the lottery itself changed, with larger prize amounts and potential number combinations. Therefore, considering the costs and time involved in purchasing all combinations, Stefan Mandel's method became impractical. Thank you for watching the 7 stories about Stefan Mandel, who won the lottery 14 times. Please subscribe and like if you enjoyed the content.